Hi guys, welcome to Learning Electronics Repair, and I have a box of stuff on my bench today. This is from AliExpress. This is sent to me as a review sample. I requested this, and that's because one of the channel subscribers contacted me and said, "Hey Rich, I've got one of these and I think you should take a look at it because it's good." So, well, there's an opinion. So what's in the box? Geeboon, okay, HC24. So this is a soldering station, and then we have even four of these. These three are soldering iron stands, and this one is the soldering switch, and that probably gives you an idea. So this soldering station is compatible with a number of different common soldering tips, okay? And it allows you to put multiple soldering irons on the one station and switch between them magically. Yeah. So let's unpack this and have a look to see what we have. Here is the soldering station on AliExpress. So Geeboon HC24 400 watt heavy duty soldering station, and is compatible with, well, all the popular tips really. T115, 210, 245, 470 and T12. I already have handles for 3 of these on my existing soldering stations. In fact, I have the 4th one. I have all those 4. But this kit does come with a handle, so you have 2 choices, either with the T470 handle, which is a heavy duty one, or with the 470, 245 and 210 kit. And this comes with 2 handles of the 3, okay? You can also choose your voltage, 220 volt or 110 volt. So that's the soldering station. This is a soldering station switch. So you can connect 3 soldering irons to here. You can see in the little picture, they all connect into the switch, and then the switch connects into the soldering station. And here we are. So you can see the price of these also. There is some shipping on this, but if you put it all together, you get combined shipping. I will say, by the way, this is a very popular product. It's coming in and out of stock. It seems like as soon as they produce them, they're selling them. When I was first shown this by a subscriber, it was in stock. When I came to order, it wasn't. A couple of days later, it was back in stock. As of today, it's back out of stock, and that seems to be what's happening. So it seems like they are manufacturing these pretty much as fast as they can sell them. And you can see the stand will take all these 4 types of soldering iron. So let's have a look at the items on the bench and let's see how well this works. Here is the soldering station. It's fairly hefty. It's quite small physically. Smaller than other ones I have, but then you have the stand separately. So it kind of comes to about the same sort of size as a lot of high-end or mid-range soldering stations. It comes with 2 ground clips. I'm guessing 1 for the unit. Yes, this is ground. This is the sleep switch, and this is the stand, but this stand has no switch on it or ground. I'm guessing you'd have to bolt something to there if you want to ground it. I ordered the C470 only. This was the cheaper option, and it came with 2 tips. So C470 heavy duty, okay, for big tips, big work. And in actual fact, it came with this bad boy. Look at that. So these 2 tips were supplied, and there's plenty more tips you can get in C470. This is the switch, so tool 1, 2, 3. Okay, these are your soldering handles with tips. And then this has a little power supply, you can see it, and a sleep signal which goes to the soldering station. Ah, so these things are not ground leads at all. These are the sleep signals. Oh, there you go. He didn't say, but that makes sense. And these are the stands, or 1 of them. I have 3 of these. So these just plug straight into that switch. Okay, I'll have a quick look if there's an instruction manual for the switch about these sleep signals. So let's get this connected up. So the yellow leads, these are for the sleep signal. And this in Chinese says soldering station, and this in Chinese actually says it's a sleep switch, and it's not required for the Geeboon Star stands, okay? And the stands I have don't actually have a connector for that, okay? This is not the connector, they don't have it. And the stand that came with this kit actually says here, sleep line plug connector. It doesn't seem to connect to anything, just the metalwork of the stand. Now I'm actually going to try with these 3 stands, but I have noticed something which I will just mention. This is the C470, which is the biggest one, okay. And that fits in fine. But if I put this tip in, it won't fit into that stand. Oh, actually, it will, just about. Which is touching the silicone. Whereas in this stand, it actually fits. According to the instructions, when you use the switch, when you first power up, the soldering station doesn't see any handle. So it just gives an error to say no handle is fitted. As soon as you pick one of them up, it will recognize the handle. It takes a couple of seconds and then it knows that handle's there. So if you place it back in, it doesn't disconnect the handle. Every time you pick it up, it recognizes the handle again. And it stays connected to that handle, so you're not having to wait a couple of seconds every time you pick it up. If you want to switch to another one, pick that one up, and then it will take a couple of seconds to recognize that one, and then this will stay as the active handle, okay? So you have to place a handle in before you remove another one, otherwise it won't switch. I'll connect the switcher to the station, and then I'll just arrange the camera so you can see this working. So there's a lot of wires everywhere, the way I have it on the bench at the moment. But in actual fact, this might be quite handy because you have a reasonable amount of cable here to the soldering station. And you can put this somewhere on your bench, put that a little bit further away maybe. Obviously, you may want to touch the buttons for the presets or alter it. But it probably gives you a little bit of extra room, or extension should I say, for your soldering irons, so you have a little bit more cable length. Yeah. Another thing I will just mention, this handle is from my IFPIN soldering station. This has the buttons on. Now this is the C245. I did notice somewhere in the documentation that this switch does not support those buttons. I'm guessing it'll work with it, it just won't actually operate. So with these, normally you can take the temperature up or down a little bit, okay? I do have another handle without the buttons, but let's try it. So we'll switch on. Okay. And it says it's sleeping. Let's pick up a handle. Yep, it found it straight away. Obviously that is the preset temperature. I haven't set anything on this, it's just gone to whatever it was set to. Looks intuitive enough. I've got it at 380 already. No doubt you can program those settings, okay, but you can see the soldering iron. Yeah, no problem. Put it back in the stand. Sleeping. While it's sleeping, let's pick up another one. No tool. Oh, now it's found it. So that's the first time I picked it up. Interesting. So it goes back to 350. I haven't tried programming the temperature on the preset. Yeah, it's tinning fine. So we put it back in again. Sleeping. So this definitely does not need those other cables. Okay. Pick it back up again. Activate it straight away back to 380. Sleeping, and then we can go back to the first one. No tool. There it sees it. So yeah, it's when you switch between one and the other, and this time it remembered it, by the way. 380. Let's pick this one up. No tool. Stop at 350. No, it goes to 380. So in fact you have the same temperature set on all the tips. This is fast for the T470. This is faster than my IFPIN station, which does work with them, but takes some time to warm up. Okay. It's also showing a delay time to shut down. You can see it counting down here. So I'm guessing every time you pick one of these up, pick the same one up because it's recognised it. Okay. The timer goes off. Back in. Yeah. It's gone back from 10 minutes again. That, guys, works straight out of the box without messing around with the other cables. I'm sure you guys would be interested to see how this bad boy works. Yeah. So we'll put that in there. It does fit. We'll power up. Yeah, it's waking up. You can see no tool. Let's pick this up. Oh! The fans come on in the soldering station. It must be using extra power on this big tip. Yeah, that's smoking. Wow. Yeah.
That's a noisy fan.
Detlef has just shouted that's a noisy fan. I basically agree with him. Pleasing to hear. So it is on the silicone, but I don't think it will burn it. It's now sleeping, so the fan should go off. And that makes me think of something it said in the user manual. And it gives us a description here of the various handles and tip types, their supports and the wattage. So T12, 60 to 70 watts. C470, 260 to 400 watts. C245, 140 to 230 watt. C210, 40 to 60, and C115, which is a very small one, which I don't have one actually, 30 to 35 watts. So that's the various tips. And it goes on to mention that the maximum power of the soldering station can be greater than the power of the heating element in the soldering iron tip. The maximum power of the soldering iron station is adjustable. Okay. It says, should be noted that different manufacturers' soldering iron tips have different power carrying capacities. It's also mentioned, and this is why that fan came on, I think. We have temperature memory, 3 temperature levels. I didn't bother to program this yet, as you can see. I just wanted to test it today. But what I wanted to highlight is this one, dynamic temperature compensation. This function is used to dynamically increase the set temperature when welding large solder joints. As the power increases, accelerate the tinning to compensate for the solder joint temperature. Okay, so it basically has like a dynamic function, turning the tip temperature up and reducing the temperature after soldering or leaving, okay? And I think this is why the fan came on when we had that very large tip, because obviously the station needs to heat that up so it puts more power in. Yeah. And while we were looking that information up, you can see with this big tip a lot of heat capacity there. The temperature is now, well, you can see 200 degrees, and this hasn't burned this silicone. This is a heat resistant silicone, so using that large tip in there really isn't an issue. So I have to say that worked out of the box. Yeah, that worked. So what do I do with this next? Well, I like it. You can see I like it. There's nothing else like this, at least not at this price as far as I know. That's why I think they keep coming in and out of stock. But I think with this I can replace my IFPIN or Sugon station here, the A9 Pro, and to this side my Sugon T26D C210. I can replace both of those with this, and I also then don't have to swap the handle on the IFPIN A9 Pro if I want to use the C470. So that's a win-win. I can't see any downside to this at all, to be quite honest. I think the T12, I'll just keep that. It would work on here, but if I keep that one, it doesn't take much space. I'm very familiar with using it. And I then would have 4 soldering iron handles, different types, different sizes, on my bench, all ready to go. So that gets around that problem. It will take less space, I believe, especially if I rearrange and put the quick H61DW there. It's actually probably a better place for me in actual fact, because I can then get the nozzle nearer to my optical microscope, which is over this side. And all the soldering handles will be in a line. And it took me about 30 minutes to move everything around, but I cleaned part of the bench and the shelves while I was at it. might as well. There we have. So I have my desoldering gun, my hot tweezers, my T12, C210, C245, C470, all in a nice line. And then over to this side is now my hot air station. Fits with the scope and the SIG gen down there. So that's all rearranged. We can just get the camera onto this. And we see on the front display, if we pick this one up, C210, okay, heats up to 380. So remember my setting. Put it back in again. Just going to sleep. Next one, C245, yeah. Again, going up to 380. And if I pick it up again, it just comes straight back on. It doesn't need to recognize it again. But if I pick up another one, T470, okay, the big one, heating up again, okay. So it actually shows you on the front display which tip you have as well. Guys, that's now installed on my workbench. So I think that's an indication of just how much I like it. I can't say or give it better recommendation than that, can I? So we'll see how this goes along now on my repair work. I'm sure it will work absolutely fine and be a nice bonus to me. It also takes up less space than my previous 3 soldering stations, less mains wiring, and everything's kind of like together in a nicer way. Yeah, and at the end of the day, ease of use is very important. While I was setting it up, by the way, I noticed, because I accidentally put a C245 tip into the C470 handle, which will fit, the station detected it as a C245. So it seems to be the tip which it detects, not the handle which tells it which type it is. That's what it appeared to do anyway. Okay, so I'd love to hear from you guys, chat about it down there, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon on Learn Electronics Repair. Ciao for now, guys.